extraordinary or ordinary. Now, today I want to share with you an email that I received earlier this week from the Palmier family. And I got permission to share this. I think it fits quite well with the story of Matthias today. And they write, "As you may notice from our last photo, Pete met Yo-Yo Ma tonight. Dan, the son of our friends Jay and Ellen, is an acquaintance of Mr. Ma's son, Nicholas. When Dan heard that Mr. Ma was playing in Davis, he contacted Nicholas, who made arrangements for tickets to the concert and a backstage pass. The concert was wonderful. Backstage, however, was even better. We weren't sure where to go at first, and then the door was locked. Someone had to let us in, and then we had to wait, with Pete standing quite uncomfortably with his walker while they checked the guest list. Pete finally hobbled all the way back to the green room, where it turned out that there was a whole room full of donors. So you can imagine that we were a little underdressed. My heart sank when I saw the larger than expected crowd, since I didn't know how we'd ever get close enough to say hello. After a few minutes, though, Mr. Ma came over to us, and he had an enormous smile on his face. 'You must be Pete,' he said. He gave Pete a big hug and then asked if I was Pete's mom and kissed me on both cheeks. He went on and on about how thrilled he was to meet Pete and how much of an inspiration Pete had been to him. He asked Pete what he's been up to and whether he's been playing, and we explained that Pete's joint damage prevents him from playing, and Pete said that right now he's just working on getting stronger. Mr. Ma commented about the strength of will it takes just to get stronger sometimes. He said he feels like he and Pete are buddies. The whole thing was just so heartwarming. He could not have been any more gracious. Now I imagine that there isn't anyone here that would say Yo-Yo Ma does not have an extraordinary call to play the cello and create music in the world. But that's not what moved me. What moved me was that in the midst of this room filled with donors dressed in tuxedos and ball gowns, Mr. Ma went over to this ordinary dressed, ordinary family and welcomed them with kisses and hugs. That's what I think Dean Stanley meant by saying, do ordinary things in an extraordinary way. That's our calling. This story of Apostle number 12 has a very simple message for us. Don't wait for the spectacular to be a disciple. Be a disciple in the ordinary, in the simple, in the one foot in front of the other type of ministry that we do. Ordinary certainly does not mean unimportant. So let us go forth in our ordinary lives and share the extraordinary love of God